We live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday and welcome to the Happiness is Real morning show. I have been so looking forward, as I do, always do, to have share with you another episode of this amazing morning show. My name is Camilla Calberg. I am the founder of Calberg Coaching and I'm a transformational coach. This episode is brought to you by Calberg Coaching, where we help executives create a better life on the other side of divorce. To learn more about me, my story, and my path into divorce, and becoming a divorce coach, and book a discovery conversation with me, go to www.calbergcoaching.com. And with this, let's dive into today's episode. Today's episode is the last episode out of 3, where we talk about help. Today, it's about moving on after divorce. When you have unplugged, it's the end of one chapter. It's the beginning of a new chapter. But how do you actually move on and create your best and your most extraordinary life ever? I've been there myself. I know where I struggle, and I see similar patterns in new clients, and that's why I bring it up, because asking for help doesn't stop when you're actually just done the divorce itself. It also is important to ask for help if you want to create your best life ever. And it's about healing. It's about healing the trauma. And what do I mean by that? Before you decided to divorce, it has been a traumatic experience that your dreams were broken. You may have experienced verbal abuse. You may have experienced something else that didn't serve you, and you was hurt. And then you decided that the relationship no longer serves where you want to go. And that's why you filed for divorce. And that's why you're now divorced. But if you haven't got help during the first 2 phases and you have been nudged in the right direction to heal, you would then end up having not healed your trauma. And what happens if you haven't healed, and even if you have worked on have got help, then you're more open, and you're more receptive to change how you show up. What I want to say is that if you haven't healed your trauma and you haven't had a conversation, have not one but many conversations about why you decided to divorce, how it made you feel, lost hopes, lost dreams, and what that made you feel, and who that the relationship, who you had become, but really, was that really you in that relationship? All that stuff. If you haven't healed, what's so important, what shows up is that you carry on a big burden, a burden of grief, blame gaming, sadness. You may also have a bit depression, low self-esteem. And that's why asking for help is so important if you want to thrive and heal fast after divorce. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about healing fast. And there's 3 tips here. I've been there myself, and I've been working with a coach before actually going into divorce. You've followed me for a while, you know my story. But what I learned is you are available for new personal development when you grow. And what I know to be true is that once you have decided to unplug or decouple, then you have room for new personal development, a new area of your personal development. And here comes in language. And what do I mean by language? It's your thoughts, actually. Do you do you think thoughts that makes you happy, that make you happy, or do you think thoughts that make you sad, angry, depressed? And that is the trick of changing your language. You can't change your language without working with a therapist, without working with a coach, like myself, for example, who knows about how to change language and who can help you change your language. You do all the work. You do all the work, but you get to get some amazing tools. And I give you some examples. When I was after my kind of the unplugging phase, what I experienced was I still felt we were monitored. Obviously, it's about I know learning now the language. My ex was missing. Maybe he was missing her daughter. That's his daughter. But maybe also still having healed himself and yeah, whatever. I'm not going into that because I'm not in his shoes. I'm not him. But I could just observe that he actually regularly, very regularly, passed our home. And I said to my new coach, my new mentor, because that I talked about before. We had these escape plans, emergency plans. It's here because my daughter. It's very uncomfortable if someone is stalking you and keeps stalking you on a regular basis. And it's not about once a week; it's several times a week. How does that make you feel? It makes you. You're unhappy. You're uncomfortable at home. You're anxious. Um, da 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 da. Okay, but here's a trick of the language. It's about flipping it around, flipping the language around to tell you a better feeling story. And that's why I tapped into Abraham Hicks. You may know her. It's really about telling a better feeling story. The more better feeling stories you tell yourself and you tell your environment, the better you feel. When you change your energy, you change your life. Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I got the opportunity to train that. And was an amazing experience because I learned the power of changing language. So, and with a trained eye and ear, as me now being a certified international divorce coach and transformational coach, I can sense immediately whether people have worked with their therapist or coach and whether they are stuck in negative language or the language that doesn't serve them, or if they actually use and apply a language that does serve them. It's amazing, magnificent, and I think we should bring it out to the entire world because so many things change when you change your language. So that was the first trick. Let me just see my notes. The other thing is about your dream. When you work with a coach like me, so I've been working with coaches and mentors, so that's why I just go on live, and that's why I have built my business, so helping other people thrive before, during, and after divorce. It's about the next tip here is about your dream. What is your dream in life? Because that's so many people said, now I come to the end of my divorce. What do you do? Is like, but your life doesn't stop. Your life doesn't stop. There's an amazing life waiting for you, but you have to let it in. You have to let it in. And here's about allowing yourself to dream big. What is your big dream here in life? What legacy do you have? What are your life values? Maybe you were not in a position to really tap into your life values in your previous relationship, but now you are, because you are the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your of your ship, or this captain of your ship. Isn't that amazing? And just imagine, I give you my body reacting now. Isn't that just amazing that you get to dream the life that you want to live? And here, if you believe in law of attraction, if you work with someone who will teach you about law of attraction, what you think of and what you dream will come a reality when you really just lean forward and practice. You heard me a long time ago about, and my clients hear that regularly, it's like bringing the future to the now. It's an amazing trick. So another thing and reason why you should ask for help if you want to heal fast and create your most amazing life ever. And with that, when you change your language, when you tap into what your dream is all about, then it's also about who do you want to become? Who do you really want to become? I'm an open book on this because I think for me, if I want to change, and I'm working with people who have been on the same or similar path as me, and I'm open book because I want to share where I came from, my starting point, and where I am today. And here's about who do I want to become. When I was in this relationship that didn't serve me, just imagine, and you may resonate with it. So I'll ask you that question. Who are you right now? How do you show up? Do you enjoy every moment? Are you aggressive? Are you easy to tears? How do you show up? How do you feel? I've been I've been very aggressive, but I have been aggressive. Of course, I've been aggressive when in a relationship that didn't serve me. It obviously it doesn't make you feel happy, or doesn't make you happy, right? If it doesn't make you happy, it's you flip the coin. It makes you sad, and you can either be sad and show up like breaking down into tears, or heartbroken, or aggressive. It's a flight, fight, survival mechanism. So I was kindly not suggested, but my coach was saying, okay, and I learned myself, you're aggressive. Why are you aggressive? And that is the power of this. And I did a lot of inner healing and exploration, and I realized that the person I've become is not really the person I want to be and want to become. I want to go back into who I was before going into that relationship, where I enjoyed life and I sang and I loved dancing, and but it takes a while actually to discover that the person I was, the person I had become, and who I want to become. And it's all about working on yourself. And that are the so important message to tell and share is that who do you want to become? What is your legacy here in life? And how do you want to live your life? Do you want to be happy all the time? Do you want to inspire your kids to be happy? And I will tell you that for me, and I had a mantra many, many years before I went into coaching, and it was I learn every day. I think it started back in IBM in 2001, or that was in BP. I learn every day. And the tips I share with you is tips that and tools that I practice, rehearse. And about becoming a new version of myself, or a better version of myself, is like, who do you want to become? And allowing in more happiness. And I can tell you, and I'm so happy to share, and I think I'm going to share that music with you later on today. It's about Jerusalem. I don't know if you know that. I only know that because my daughter was introduced to that when last year, when we were in the corona and we were in quarantine, and we had a teacher. She had a teacher that was doing these dancing steps. I could feel my body. All right, that song made a really important impression on us, or did it impress us? And my daughter, as she's healing, right, as well, then I heal and I help her heal. Then she said, Mommy, the other day, can we listen to this, this dancing step thing? And I remember, oh, what's it called? Jerusalem. And every single day this week, and even last night, we were listening to Jerusalem. I was dancing in the car, 7:15 in the morning, and we were just having fun. And I love dancing. I didn't do that much when I was in a relationship that didn't serve me, and when I was actually unplugging and allowing myself to redefine who I want to become and redefine my life. But now exploring this happiness in my body is just like really reconfirmation that happiness is real, and so it's not only for me but also for my daughter. So that is so much into like, who do you want to become? Allowing in happiness. Maybe you were not allowed to allow in happiness. Maybe the situation or the environment was not supporting you to allow in more happiness. Or being like a loser, like not a loser, like a loser, but like a loose ends, like you just want to flow, right? It's so, so important. And you will find a lot of studies saying when you invite in more happiness and joy in life, life will change. And all about asking for help and focus on who you want to become. That is put from the outset, that you have worked with people, professional people, so you no longer need legal advice, psychological advice, and wellness advice, like emotional advice, because you have healed those areas. If you haven't reached out for help during the first two phases, I really encourage you to reach out for help now, because there's so much you still get to heal before you can start creating your best life. But here's what I want to tell you. It's never too late to start healing your trauma. It's never too late. And with this, I want to end this Saturday morning show. If you found value in it, please take a moment to drop me a comment, as well as take a screenshot and share this episode on your favorite social platform to help you and your loved ones thrive during major life transitions. And remember, and I hope again really that this episode reminds you that happiness is real. Happiness is real wherever you are on your divorce journey. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. And if you're working with someone, you will also experience that light, and the end of the tunnel comes much faster than you experience. And remember, my body's reacting right now. It comes much faster than you had actually anticipated. And so you may well create your best life ever, right? It's my honor to be on your journey with you, and to help you support you through this divorce journey. This wraps up today's episode. Remember to tune in daily for inspiration and practical advice to help you create a more thriving, happy future on the other side of divorce. And tomorrow, I am so happy to introduce a guest. I will have a guest with me, a man, Mike, who will talk about and share his divorce stories and how Mike healed. So with this, enjoy the rest of the Saturday and tune in for another amazing morning show session or live tomorrow, Sunday. With this, enjoy and bye for now.